it's Isabelle. Today, I'm hooking you up with the best compressors, delays, reverbs, EQs for free. I'm going to be demoing them in a track, telling you why they're amazing, and showing you how to use them. All the links to download these free plugins are in the description below. Before we get started, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon. Just help us with that sassy little algorithm. Love it. Let's do this. This first one is a real treat. With PanCake from Cableguys, you can freely modulate your panning over time with tons of control. You can draw in your panning shape and steps, or choose a waveform, and clock that to the BPM in your session. Things can get a little wild. Let's take a listen. Here's a synth part without PanCake. And here it is with PanCake using a triangle waveform synced to quarter notes. That might be a bit too much, but I can blend it into taste with the mix knob here. This is an essential free mixing plugin that has the potential to add a ton of depth and space to your mixes. All right, even more width with this one, Stereo Touch by Voxengo. With this plugin, you can easily turn any mono sound into stereo sound. It works by utilizing a mid-side coding technique with a subtle enough delay to create a stereo-style effect. It's similar to the Haas effect,
also known as the precedence effect. The law states that when one sound is followed by another with a delay time of approximately 40 ms or less, below human's echo threshold, the two are perceived as a single sound.
But when you sum it to mono, it won't have any phasing issues. One thing worth noting though, it works best with audio that doesn't have too many sharp transients. Let's take a listen to that same synth part without and with. You can also adjust the delay times in the left and right channels, making it the perfect solution for adding more width to any mix. I'm whispering now. Our next free plugin is TAL's Chorus-LX plugin. This plugin may seem small and simple, but don't be fooled. It can make a big impact. Modeled after the famous chorus section of the Roland Juno 60 synthesizer, this plugin is a great way to add vintage texture and stereo width to any signal. Check it out on this bass riff. Just like on the actual Juno synth, there's the option for chorus 1, chorus 2, or both. Did somebody order New Order? Do people not know that band anymore? Did I just age myself? See, there used to be this thing called the 80s. A common issue while mixing is dealing with a lack of width and depth. Without widening effects like chorus, a mix might feel too one-dimensional or too thin and fall flat. This is such a quick and easy way to help with all of that. And you can get a classic sound for free. I love this little dude. All right, so we covered depth and width, so space is the logical next frontier. And Valhalla Supermassive is my go-to free plugin for epic, huge spaces. I honestly can't believe it's free. Here's a dry guitar part. Now let's just cycle through the presets that come with this. You'll see that this plugin is capable of creating lush reverbs and killer delays. It's really an all-in-one hyper-drive delay reverb suite. The different modes change the type of delay or reverb you'll get, and the parameters will affect the sound depending on what mode you've selected. Why is this free again? So, we covered width, depth, and space so far. Now let's get into the more nitty-gritty type of mixing plugins, EQ and compression. I'm gonna need to cover my eyes for this next one. Blindfold EQ. This is actually a tablecloth.
No one asked you to do this.
It's in the script. This is how you should be EQing. I can't see anything, so I'm focusing more on using my other senses to make crucial decisions. Smell that low end.
Isabelle.
Smell that low end. Blindfold EQ is the perfect tool to train your ears. There are 4 bands, but you'll notice there are no numbers or analyzers. With this plugin, it doesn't matter what the number is. What matters is how it sounds and feels. For example, these guitars have a bit too much low-mid energy, so I'm just gonna play around with the knobs until my ears tell me that the problem is fixed. 'Tis arguably how all mixing should be done. It's easy to forget when so many plugins have fancy interfaces with tons of information for your eyes. Trust your ears. We're gonna stay in EQ land for this next one. TDR Nova. This is a special free plugin because it doubles as a dynamic EQ, a frequency selective compressor, a multiband compressor, and a wideband compressor. Did I say doubles? I meant quintuples. This might be the only EQ plugin you'll ever need. It pretty much covers it all. Let's say I'm experiencing some harshness on a guitar track, but it only comes in when the guitar is playing the higher notes. I can comfortably compress just those notes when they're being played. Check it out. If you're looking to correct any masking between the kick and the bass, but you want to avoid the pumping effect, you could sidechain the kick to this EQ. That way, you only compress the frequencies that are getting in the way of one another. Yep, this may be the only EQ plugin you'll ever need.
You actually said that already.
Yeah, I know, I was doing it for dramatic effect. Have you ever been mixing a song before and thought to yourself, if only I had a very small hammer to squash the hell out of these transients? No? Just me? Well, either way, you've got to check out the Molotok compressor, another amazing and free plugin from Tokyo Dawn Records. Oh, and Molotok means hammer in Russian. This extremely versatile and fully loaded compressor is perfect for adding character to any sounds or buses. It's also great for totally squashing a signal and turning it into a real crunchy situation. Let's play around with its settings on this drum loop. Drums, go! Yep, this hammer is super powerful. If things are sounding a bit too intense though, you can always use the built-in parallel compression knob labeled Dry Mix to blend that flavor into taste. Free. I think this next free plugin is my favorite. So go and get it, now, before they start charging for it. I'll wait.
You didn't mention the name of the plugin.
Oh, well obviously it's Softube's saturation knob. Great job, Anthony. I absolutely love the warmth and grit this deceptively simple looking plugin brings to any instrument. Softube keeps it simple with this plugin. One knob and one switch. It might sound basic, but with saturation knob, you can easily turn a cold and thin sounding vocal into something warm and smooth, like hot chocolate.
Now I can't sleep, can't depend on simple distractions. Why's this happening? Cause I know you're no good for me, but I can't stay
But
away.
you can also get more aggressive with it too, like throwing hot chocolate at someone. Check out this bass as I dial up the knob. Yep, this plugin is the Frank's Red Hot of plugins. I put that, can I say that tagline without getting sued? Well, this plugin is the Frank's Red Hot of all plugins. I put it on all of the things. The next free plugin is SPAN by Voxengo, the only spectrum analyzer you'll ever need. While it's always a good idea to mix with your ears and not your eyes, the reality is that sometimes, after long hours of mixing, our brain and ears can start to play tricks on us. I don't want tricks, I want treats. Free treats, SPAN! In addition to it being a super helpful visual on the master bus, it can also help you identify potential frequency masking going on between two tracks. The most common masking problems come from the kick and the bass sharing too much of the same frequency space. By using the routing tool in SPAN, I can confirm and then troubleshoot the masking while keeping an eye and ear on the evolving mix. Check it out. So I've got the kick in orange and the bass in blue. And as you can tell, they're sharing pretty much the exact same frequency space. So they're sounding a bit muddled as a result. I'm going to try rolling off a bit of the low end from the bass. That feels way better. You can hear and see the difference. Now the kick and the bass feel a bit more distinct from one another. They still work well together, and there isn't a pileup of unnecessary low end in the mix. Span can be a great ear training tool too. By pressing Control or Command anywhere in the graph, you can solo out that frequency range to find out what's happening where. All these free plugins. Nailed it! Nailed it. Do you already use any of them? Share your favorite free tools in the comments below. The more money we all save on plugins means more money for more plugins. Hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, you know all the stuff. All right, I'll see you next time. This is how I make the big bucks. Comb those eyebrows. No, I'm gonna do it, watch.
Okay, alright, go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Natural sugars only. A common issue while mixing is a lack of burning your lines. Check it out on this bass riff. Check it out on this bass riff.
B-roll, baby! Thank you.
Just check it out on this bass riff. Modeled after, I'm gonna burp. I'm gonna make you proud.
I'm already proud.
Thank you, I'm proud of you too.